I mean, this isn't like a must-win map, but you're thinking, close it out here.
Yeah, and it's just one of those maps too where ENCE haven't had a familiar feeling of victory on this map. They're 14% in 7 played, whereas Mousesports in 15 played is 67%. So the statistics are definitely with Mousesports here as well. And it's going to be a tough one, but we're into the pistol round. And it's going to be carnage, it seems, straight up middle, just taking the aim battles. That's unbelievable. Just the confidence coming out of Mousesports there to run up mid. You just never see this. And the pistol round, forcing ENCE all the way back to the site and to this 2-man arch setup.
Oh, there's just such a staggered defense going on, and it is decimating Mousesports. Even a team kill, they're wreaking havoc on the attack. It's just Woxic, 1 versus 4. He's got players everywhere to go up against, looking for the response, but not connecting any shots, and he's surely going to go down as soon as they turn the corner. 1 kill goes his way. I don't know how he's still alive. He is a god. He's got a 2nd kill. I don't think he can do this, and there's finally Sergey to put him down. He lived much longer than expected.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, but
how did it happen?
I love to see it. The pistols are so funny in that way. If you get a little bit too eager with it, the bullets become a little bit uncontrollable, and crazy things happen. Now Mousesports will be forcing it up. We're going to see a scout on Woxic. Scout Kevlar, because he got all those extra kills, even killing his teammate. And also Robs, he's going to actually even have a helmet, as is Chris J. So this is a pretty devastating force, but they've really opted to go for that firepower. Not many nades here, so I can imagine that they may want to finish on that B bomb site unless the picks determine otherwise.
Well, that's a pretty decent nade. X7 steps back, though, and a nade in return doesn't do a whole lot. Bomb is at the base of T-ramp. Yeah, that's the tough part is with, you know, smoke and 2 flash, it feels like the only real place you can end is actually Banana and the B bomb site. But you almost want to spend some of that utility to try and find a pick at A. You can see they're desperately trying to grab these angles with the Deagle. This nade could do so much damage. But again, they're just going to step out of the way.
Wow, that's an expert evasion there. Chris J is in position deep on balcony, and now the attack is starting to come to a head here, but it doesn't seem like Mousesports can really get the engagements they're after. And as you suggested, we're going to have the bomb picked up here, and it may be that they still have the option to go to Banana if they want. There isn't deep control there. So how confident do they feel about A?
I don't think they can do it at this point. I think you might as well just attack the A bomb site. You have everyone here. You don't have that smoke anymore. You just have 1 flashbang on Chris J. He's got a scout as well, looking for 1 more pick. The Deagles need something before they can commit. Meanwhile, X7 pushing to the base of Banana. So 4 defenders here, and Mousesports still haven't pulled the trigger. I think this is going to be a slaughter.
Yeah, it's going to go down to the wire. Ariel and Sergey doing the damage. Doesn't seem like there's too much to be done here for Mousesports, trying desperately to get at least a kill. 1 kill would be nice, but it will be 0 kills for Mousesports as ENCE defend that really effectively. And that is not a good sign for Mousesports. They don't get any kills. They don't get a bomb plant. They don't have many options to do damage in this round either. So this is the perfect start that ENCE needed.
Exactly what you'd hope for. And 4 SMGs. A lot of bonus money can be built up in this, and we saw them keep the SMGs on train going into the 4th round. So map like Inferno, the angle's much closer, much less danger than on train. Confidence to start pushing down mid. It's Alu. We'll see that angle frequently with the AWP. Backs off before it's too dangerous from mid.
Oh, hello. Rob's able to find one with the CZ, so some damage has been found after all, and also Sergey will take down Carrigan, keeping control of apartments for now, but the T's do have some space up top mid to work maybe even another kill. Ariel doesn't have any support here. He's got to back away to keep this one safe. Now Sergey can help him out, but they are on the bomb site. It's looking a little bit awkward right now, and Rosen actually will hit the stepping. He's going to have maybe a flag timing, but it seems like somehow Sonny just understands what's going on.
Yeah, that was a bit labored. Oh my lord, Chris Chase found a bomb plant. He's, definitely after 2 kills from Woxic. This is doable. They're all pulled towards the A bomb site. Chris J's going to get a plant. He doesn't have armor, but if he can find a sneaky kill on towards Sonny, that would be so massive. 1 kill quickly, but it's not his. Immediate shot to the head, but they're going to be so pleased with that. Great shots from Woxic surely on the other side of the map, but the plant, 3 kills, that's fantastic.
Yeah, there's so much more value with so much less invested compared to the previous round. Very much needed. And that's very annoying too, because you know, in ENCE's shoes, after that 2nd round, you're feeling so good. You're feeling like this next round is going to be pretty easy in comparison. And then the worst happens. All the money that you're building, all that security you were building for yourself in the future rounds, it's just gone. And we'll see the orb picked up immediately by Alu, of course. But we do get the fullest of buys from Mousesports. No AWP, but we get 3 Kriegs, 2 AKs, and I'm sure a lot of aggression. I'll see how they decide to go with their default here. If they want to attack, like hammer Banana straight away, or if they want to wait it out and see what ENCE decides to do. Looks like they'll toss in a few nades to slow down ENCE's progress at the very least.
Alu with his AWP, that is someone we talk frequently about on Inferno. That's someone that ENCE would desperately want to come alive in this second map.
It's crazy how long Ali's been playing at the top level, actually.
He once was in Mousesports before joining NIP.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He was like
NIP,
like a badass when he was in Mousesports. He was god tier.
Absolutely, yeah. And he actually transformed in NIP as well. He actually allowed them to play 2 new maps, Mirage being one of them. Man, Ali has such a storied career.
X7 the only one defending the B bomb site for the moment, though. He's back towards CT spawn. That smoke will hold Mousesports at bay for the moment, but you have to feel like at some point someone is going to have to rotate back to help him out at that bomb site. He's out of nades, 50 seconds. Molotov forces Kerrigan out. Almost catches the timing with the spam through the smoke. Looks like Kerrigan and Frozen are going to be very aggressive in pressuring the B bomb site, but Alu's got to pick up mid. Peeking a second before that smoke plumes, and that's a mistake.
And that's really annoying. Is there a flashbang to be had for a burst out of the smoke? Christian's going to stand in as a oh my God, he's trying to punish the reload there. And Rops is going to go down as well. Sonny with that UMP now. Frozen absolutely needs to get a, well, he's alone at this point. The bomb's unrecoverable. Right now, Sonny is sitting on it. And Frozen is not really sure exactly where he's going to get his value from. Going back to find the players flanking. Just barely missing the timing there. Finds at least a single kill, but great round from ENCE to get the 4-0.
All right, this is a great start for ENCE trying to force a third map, and we're going to get a timeout from Mousesports. 4-0. Not a whole lot you can take from these early rounds as well. It's just been solid shows.
Yeah. It's really interesting with Christian as well. You know, it seemed like one thing that I've been seeing from Mousesports, and I mentioned it in one of the previous best of threes of theirs, is that they're one of the teams that really like to abuse this mechanic that if you stand in the center of a smoke, when it disappears, you get like a half a second of a one-way. Yeah. And it looked like that was what he was going for around the arch side. And then he wanted to punish the reload, which suddenly he's got this AWP shooting. So he's like, I'm in a spot to punish this, and just came out flat. Because that's the other thing, like you come out the smoke, you can't exactly find exactly the angle very quickly, so it is a little bit scrambly.
Here's a talking point we can touch on. There is another buy coming in, obviously, so quickly. There's only 6 kills on the Mousesports side in these first 4 rounds. So, I mean, that's where you start to see 6 grand on X7, 4,500 on Ariel. They have some money building up, 4,500 on Sergey. Mousesports is going to start needing a little bit more fragging output, which shouldn't be an issue with this team. And that's a great shot from Alu. Frozen trying to get creative, trying to get aggressive, an individual play, but designed, and it doesn't pan out.
Yeah, that's a problem, but they do have Beautiful back on. There's no third player to assist just yet. Kerrigan going with the forward timing, trying to catch them off guard before any smokes are coming. X7's blind, but the spray will still connect to Kerrigan. And now 3 players is all that's left here for Mousesports as they assault the site. And now rotations coming in as well. Alu is coming through to construction soon enough. And they are buying so much time on the site. Out they go. Ropso with the 2K. Critically weak now, all alone, but still finding damage, but he can't find the kill. Surely a punish will come in, but he holds it. And maybe there's a chance. Oh my God.
There's no way. He's got too low of health, and he's boxed in now. There's nades. There's 2 Molotovs. He's never going to get around this corner again. Certainly, they put the fire down in his face, and he's got to back away. They're going to defuse this. Nothing Rops can do. Now he just needs to try and hold on to the weapon, see what else he can take away. I don't think ENCE should chase either. Pick up that ult, preserve your own economy. A nice attempt from Rops. The plant is massive, and he's still a force to be reckoned with, even in a loss.
Absolutely, yeah. And, you know, just as you were saying, some of these rounds, it's just that they are lacking kills. Mousesports are lacking damage to the CT economy, and you can't let it get out of hand. And those 3 kills did actually put Mousesports in a position that if they have a good round here, as well as the bomb plant, you know, allowing them to have more grenades, if they get good rounds here, they actually do really crush the ENCE economy, even if events do win the round.
I will say, Alu did a phenomenal job. The flashbang to delay that hit at the B bomb site, the Molotov into water and grill as well. That was great. Alu going to go for a late peek. Woxic, he stands up, and it's just narrowly past his ear. Good opening kill from Kerrigan, and he's going to build once again. Just like Train, he's taking control. Finally, he goes down to X7. Who's going to stand tall? Who's going to pre-spray? And somehow, ENCE is just barely holding onto the B bomb site. A 3-on-3 scenario.
That is so insane, especially because he gets those kills, just committing for more fights when he's effectively lost line of defense on the B bomb side. If he goes down there, there's a couple of T's in that position. They can just charge onto the site and just close it down. They had smokes, so they could lock down CT, get a bomb plant, get a post plant. But X7, he gets the kills he's looking for. It works out, so you can't really fault it ultimately. And now we're in this 3v3. There is a minute to go, and Mousesports are working on the A bomb site. And they are going for the creep here. And it's not really 100% sure what's going on. It's the balcony pop with the flashbang for the assist.
Oh, that destroys Aerial. That destroys him entirely. He doesn't even realize one's gotten past. Chris J an entry. And Aerial was so blind. What a flashbang from Woxic, but Alu's going to get aggressive. If he finds this, that'd be massive. Footsteps, he can hear him. This is awkward. Timing with the scope. X7 walks right into it. The damage is dealt. But Alu's going to continue forward. This is a bold play from the Opper. Tags him through the box, but not a whole lot of damage. Almost transfers over. A sidestep from Rops. And even Woxic is hunting already. X7 going to back away to the B bomb site. So Mousesports is on the board.
That's kind of crazy. I love how Alu played that. You could see that he understood based off of the play that it was a balcony pop, that flashbang came in, so that's a player from mid. So he understands what is that player going to do next. He's going to lurk, looking to catch a B rotation. And then after he misses that situation, his teammate gets some fire from that lurker. So okay, now he knows where one player is. He's crept forwards. They don't know where he is. He sees a grenade trajectory. He knows one's in pit. It's that process of elimination. Then he actually gets a shot off on the player on the site, and there's a world where he gets a kill there, and he knows where the next player is. So it's just, you can just see the kind of cogs turning in Ali's brain as how he's handling this situation, and he's looking to make something that doesn't seem doable actually doable. So ENCE looking pretty formidable so far, despite that being the first round that they concede.
Banana control again for Sunny and X7. Kerrigan going to challenge one more time. He's right behind the wall. I don't think they even realize he's that close up. This could be dangerous. It looks like they want to go for some kind of late control, and they're going to turn the corner. Kerrigan tries to transfer in, tries to trade positions. 4-on-4 converted to an advantage by Chris J.
Sergey is in position, though. He's quickly made his way onto the B-bomb site, and Mousesports have slowed it down, which is okay. They're not going to run into Sergey. They can just slow the pace right down and create some problems for ENCE.
That's so much utility used by the CT side to try and get control. When it fails in that fashion, I don't know how you recover this. Sergey alone versus 3, about to be 4. Alu coming over, but it might not be in time.
And he's playing a retake position here, Sergey, giving up the bomb site. He can rotate around to construction and hold on to that. You can see that Ali's already made his way very quickly forwards. I think he just about may have spotted or heard a player jumping across to the dark spot. And he absolutely knows now, based on the grenade trajectory, this might be doable here because ENCE do have some position to work with. There is a smoke on Alu as well.
This is not doable. You got to back away. X7 has $3,100. He can buy in the next round. If you preserve these weapons, if you get away with all of them, then you should be fine for another buy in the next round. But they must keep the off in Alu's hands. He's got a smoke to put down in the choke point to make sure he can get away, but he doesn't want to give the signal. And he does sneak off. No one from Mousesports going for the chase, no one being aggressive. And there's going to be no one here. So a second round as Mousesports claws back into this game from a 0-5 deficit, now 2-5. But the save is going to allow one more buy.
And that was a round in which, Mousesports can't really rely on. It's not always going to be the case that you'll get 2 immediate kind of kills, like, 1 for 2 on Banana. But the interesting thing is, what does that round, say to ENCE? Is it the case that ENCE decide to play a little bit more passively, change the pace a little bit, wait for maybe Mousesports to invest, and then play the top Banana retake utility to try to mix things up here? Because that's one way teams try to take advantage against the T-side default. Let them have Banana when the numbers thin out because they move them to top mid. Then you go for the retake top Banana. We might see that dynamic start to come into play.
Mousesports is doing a great job in Banana these past 2 rounds. If they keep this up, Kerrigan minding his timing into the Molotovs. That's a huge opening kill. That's incredible. They haven't been able to stop him. They haven't been able to shut him down whatsoever. He's going to keep going forward. The Kree giving him confidence. Another headshot for Kerrigan. Another entry for Kerrigan. He is a beast. He's turned it on. Into the bomb site we go, and ENCE, that's a force up off the saved weapons, and they just have to back off again. Not even a chance to fight for this round.
It's so mad, isn't it? It's funny, like in the interview, it's like, yeah, we changed some roles, changed his role to entry god apparently, so it's
yeah, right? I'm just going to start throwing my body around the map up Banana with the Krieg.
That is really cool to see. And it's interesting too, because I know that Chris J has been taking more of an entry role as well. He mentioned that he swapped his role around with Frozen a little bit on some of the maps, so it seems like
it makes sense to do some roles changing because this team has kind of struggled to find some results, as we mentioned a couple times. So I mean, why not swap a few things up and see what you can get?
Yeah, especially with someone like Chris J, because when you you spend a while talking about the different Mousesports players, and there's so much to say about every single one. You didn't even cover Chris J or get the time to get to that part of the lineup, but he's one of the most versatile players, and if you look at his career, and that's like another string to their bow, that he can pretty much do any role you ask him.
And that is like a value in a player that you don't really notice a whole lot is versatility, as someone who's willing to pick up the different roles, willing to pick up the different spots on maps. We've seen him be an in-game leader, an AWPer. We've seen him entry with SMGs. He's phenomenal. And remember, some time there, he was a star player on the Mousesports team as an in-game leader.
Yeah, I remember seeing this transit. There was this pivotal moment in Chris J's career, which we can talk about just as this timeout fades, where they lost Nico in that Mousesports lineup, they lost their IGL, and then they got Oscar in the team, and all of a sudden Chris J's asked to not only become a rifler instead of what he made his career on was being an AWPer, but also an in-game leader at the same time, and he absolutely crushed that role change, and that I think told us a lot about the kind of player that he is.
I don't know. That graphic said Ariel had 9 ADR.
That can't be right.
I was going to say he's got 4 kills. That'd be very impressive.
48 ADR from the oh, man.
Just want to make sure we're not, people's not getting out their little Twitter fingers too quickly.
Well, so if we can see that the pace has slowed down towards Banana so far here from both sides, Mousesports perhaps waiting to see if ENCE are going to toss in some utility. Looks like they can get it for free.
It'll be really interesting to see if ENCE can, on this defense, can put a stop to Kerrigan's dominance in Banana, because that's what's netted him this 3-round run. And if they can ever actually stop that, I'd be curious to see if Mousesports can find a different recipe for success.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And it looks like they will be changing things up. They're not really going to the default. ENCE still have top mid, but it's too early for them to think about rotating a player across to that B bomb site. And in comes the push. Kerrigan again, of course. He is feeling it right now, getting every single entry frag, making it look easy.
I don't like this. Alu's starting to rotate over to the B bomb site, but the entire point of putting the 3 guns in the A site is if they take B, you're just nowhere near it. But maybe Sunny can provide some hope for Alu to get involved. He's got to get one more at least. And now Alu's put himself in danger, and even Ariel flanking down mid. Are they going for this?
This is a rough look. Alu may have overcommitted himself here because, as you say, he doesn't have a smoke to get out of this position. Once that CT smoke fades, there's no smoke that's going to be put down by the Ts. They don't have any anymore. And he's committed right here. He's taking shots. He knows that he needs to go out with a bang, and, well, he'll go out, but there's no bang to be had. Sergey now sitting in construction. Sergey might try to make a play for the AWP that was dropped by Alu, potentially. If it's not picked up by Mousesports. We'll have to see how he plays this position. He does have a kit as well, so a very interesting spot. The AWP is tossed onto the ground. What is the play here, Sergey? They have no idea you're here.
I think it's just keep the weapon.
He's been spotted.
Oof, oof. Well, that plan didn't work. Plan B it is. Buy a new weapon in the next round. How many can Mousesports get here?
Yeah, the four round streak right now.
They're starting to really, really dominate this game. 5-0 to ENCE, now 4-0 to Mousesports.
Can thank Kerrigan for that.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out to Kerrigan.
I mean, we're not even talking about necessarily the calling, but just shooting people in the face. He's been doing a great job there.
Well, also remember, as the in-game leader as well, you'd imagine Kerrigan is just like, guys, I've been dominating Banana for a while. I'm wondering when he's maybe mixes a different look in. This is a bit more passive in Banana. Frozen. Waiting way far down, and they're not even going to challenge this time. It's been a fast-paced aggressive. I think Kerrigan wanted to back off and show a passive look, see if they could get some utility wasted by the defense.
The T-smoke on the left side of the wall there is really great to counter the CT utility, allow yourself to get close, and also block potential angles from Car if they want to swing PQ with a flash. It just denies the CT's an ability to double swing. So there's just no incentive to do it at that point. So it's a really high-value smoke that they toss. And
oh, Kerrigan's just being a jerk. He's just trying to have pressure and presence where he's had success and see if they'll use an early smoke. They're holding it for now, but Rops takes down Alu. That's going to thin out the defense, and yeah, they want to go for a peek. Now they have to use a smoke, and that's pretty early. Counter flashbang as well. Nothing they can do to capitalize, and they're going to rotate all the way back. Aerial has such a big job to do. It's a slow peek from Chris. That's going to make it easy, but he can't double up.
Yeah, Frozen with the trade is so crucial. Sergey, he could potentially cut off 2 players, but he's got to deal with the AWP of Woxic. I wouldn't want to be in Sergey's shoes right now. Woxic is so incredibly quick, and he is not the guy you want to face, but somehow Sergey finds a perfect peek onto that position. The man knows his angles, that's to be sure, as Kerrigan will take him down. The trade through from X7, though, as he'll rotate through the apps, and it's Rops on the bomb side. If it was just Rops alone, I'd still perhaps favor Mousesports in this situation, but Frozen's there too.
There's a kid on X7. They can do this. Frozen playing inside the smoke. A timer on this play. X7 waiting in lane. Frozen going to push right through it. They pass ships in the night. That's going to be a freebie for Frozen and Rops. 5-5. We're all tied up. A beautifully played 2 versus 2.
Yeah, they crushed it. And I have to say, I'm loving... Right now, Mousesports are really taking so much control of the map with very little. I wonder if we'll see a kind of more aggressive response from ENCE, because it seems like when they allow Kerrigan to get up, even if it's a slow top banana take, if they allow Kerrigan in banana at all at the beginning timings of the round, he is actually commanding so much space on the map and getting ahead of every call that ENCE could possibly have.
This is where, I mean, I like this kind of half buy. Full losing bonus for Mousesports now. For ENCE, excuse me. This is where I'd want, as we mentioned at the start, this is a map for Alu. This is where you want to see his op start to have some influence on the game. You want to start seeing those trademark peaks towards alt mid, the peaks down mid as well.
Kerrigan, once again, he's the entry man, it seems. He's really loving these entry fragging rolls, and it's good to see he'll be able to eliminate one. Looking for the next one. It's Ali on the bomb site next with the 5-7. It's very dangerous from the A bomb site, and those tight positions, those tight fights. As Frozen lurks in Boiler, he will catch a rotation as well. So it's looking pretty clean here for Mousesports. The bomb's down, that's the round guaranteed. And Mousesports are going to take the lead for the first time on Inferno.
In this map, yeah. 6-0 run in response to the 0-5 start. Looking very solid.
It's starting to get to the point of it being a bit worrisome here for ENCE, but again, they do have the ability to try to mix things up.
There's just so much money, Dan, in the Mousesports side. 12,000 on Frozen before the round's even over. That's gonna skyrocket to what, like 15 something? Like, he's gonna be so rich. Kerrigan's gonna be up at around 10K before the buy. This is absolutely disgusting.
I wonder if we'll see a second AWP or maybe Alu playing the AWP in Banana to try to punish Kerrigan's pushes. Because Kerrigan there is an element of overconfidence that starts to happen when you're really feeling it. And that's when if you put the AWPer up against that overconfident player, if he dry peeks you, boom, you get the advantage.
Well, Alu's decided not to go for the AWP. He spent 5,400, so he could have gotten that AWP. Maybe he wants the armor with it as well, but I guess maybe prioritizing utility as well. Either way, Kerrigan's back to his old tricks, pushing up Banana very quick, lots of utility, right through his own smoke, and he's got another one. This is just one of those games for Kerrigan. And Aerial, he doesn't want to use a smoke right now, but he might have to. Kerrigan is pulling a rotation over. Meanwhile, the rest of Mousesports is up mid. Great headshot from Frozen, and Aerial under so much pressure. Molotov's into his position, too many angles, and Mousesports is just running over the ENCE defense.
Yeah, it is so devastating. And again, we see that Kerrigan is throwing that same smoke I was talking about. It goes to the left side of the wall. It denies the close Molotov. You can flash yourself over the smoke, through the smoke, of course. Your teammate can flash you through. There's just so many plays you can make with it. It's so low investment. And this is looking like a pug right now. This is really looking like some kind of crazy, just a pug where like one team is just like playing complete zero respect, and ENCE has lost the grip of any way to get that respect back. I love it too because Karen keeps doing it. I just love that he doesn't stop it. It's like it's working.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, the crazy thing about it is now you see, like, he's even doing it alone, and he's just saying, all right, you guys go elsewhere. When I get a kill here, it's going to make things much easier. And they just bulldoze that A defense, and those guys have got to be like, God damn, can't you just stop Kerrigan? It's 2 versus 1. That's the feeling you get when you're when you're somewhere else on the map.
Get the AWP or play the rifle anti-flash. Like it seems surprising that they can't stop it.
I'm actually amazed they haven't gone to the AWP on Alu again.
It is surprising. Very surprising. There's a lot of things. There's definitely answers. There's a lot of you could go extremely passive and have the AWP, or just go extremely passive without the AWP. There are ways to take it out of the equation, or go very aggressive. Invest 3 towards Banana. Play the trade against it.
That's the thing I'd be saying if I was on the ENCE defense. I'd be like, and I mean, it's tough to do at the professional level because teams are so good at exploiting it, but it's just like, please just stay alive. Just play inside the bomb site. Yeah. Maybe don't challenge. He's got another one. He's done it again.
Stop. Please stop. Please stop this, Kerrigan. Oh, my God. Sonny's there. Oh, the flashbang's perfect. He's going to be forced back onto the site. Sonny does have the Creed, the only rifle on the team. And there's a... Oh, hello. Where did that second kill come from? That's the bomb down there as well. And he's picked up the Creed. Robs with the lurk. Might... Oh, just barely not catching in the frag, but... Robs knows what's up.
There's just no HP. Ariel better hit a stunning shot with that Krieg. Robs with the peek. He's found him. It's all on Sonny. Rotating in through library. Bomb is going to come meet up at this A bomb site as well. And Sonny going to be smoked off. His position is given up. Ooh, good spam through. Doesn't fully connect. And there's no chance of saving either. Chris J is already behind him. And even the bomb is now leaving the A bomb. This is a little bit crazy. I don't know if Mousesports was going to run back to the B bomb site or just allow him to be hunted down. But 8-5. This is 8 in a row.
The crazy thing is that...
I'm so astounded at the moment. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, it's cool seeing Kerrigan doing the entry role. But secondly, the fact that it's working so well is it's gotten to the point of being a mixture of surreal but also ridiculous. He shouldn't be able to achieve this. There should have been an answer. But also, even though he's only getting a frag, a CT's life that early in the round on Inferno is extremely valuable. And it's being given up way too easily. And there's 3 players here now, finally, and an AWP. This is like everything, every answer. Oh, but surely not. You saw it in your mind's eye. But Kerrigan finally will be denied.
I thought that flashbang was going to be perfect for a moment. It just barely catches Kerrigan, but he had Sonny dead to rights, it felt. There's a gap in the smoke. They might not be aware. Oh, gives up his position. X7 just going to back away into the site.
Oh, my God.
They finally put him down.
This is unprecedented.
If they don't convert this one, we're just going to throw in the towel and call it a day.
They have a lot of the CTs. ENCE have a lot of utility too remaining, and here comes the push, and they're beyond Sonny's angle. And so, well, X7 will get a free one. There goes Sonny. There's the 1-2 setup, and he's smoked off, but it's okay. A 4 versus 2 situation should be good to go.
Yeah, but there's no smoke down to the choke point. Sonny's teammates didn't know that when they rotated over. A chance here for Woxy to pick off one more. Going to throw the bomb into the site. Go for a repeat. That's a quick shot. That's another quick shot. It's a 2-on-2 now. Woxy eventually goes down. It's all on Frozen. He gets one, but what a costly victory.
Oh, no. That's so bad, isn't it? It's one of those spots where you're going to win a round, but it's going to be by the skin of your teeth, and that's going to be very difficult. Mousesports can take those losses every day. Mousesports has 3 players on 16K, Jason. You don't often see that in a professional match of Counter-Strike.
No, and they don't have to worry about money. There's 1 round left.
Oh, man. They could just buy everything 5 times. They could have some fun with it. But yeah, it is a little bit crazy that Kerrigan got away with those pushes 8 rounds in a row, Jason.
It took him 8 rounds. And even with that start, even with that 1 point, a 5-on-3, it comes into a 1-on-1. That's devastating.
Wow. I'm speechless. Don't know what to say. Okay, well, they switch things up. Frozen's the point man. He's I want a piece of this action. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Can't
dear.
quite see through the smoke. The angle is there, though. Sonny knows his shots, but they want to fight this one. Kerrigan back at it again. X7 with the UMP will take him down. So finally, something goes their way.
It's that easy. Why haven't they just been doing that the whole time? Why not call the UMP strategy?
Oh, my God.
That is fast.
Just quick scoping for days.
Chris J down to about half health.
Oh, man. Well, this is still doable. They have top mid control. They just need 1v1 to go their way, Mousesports. And you can see that ENCE are doing the right thing. They're falling back. They're playing favorable angles and positions. Woxic. Oh, why is he like this? I can't believe it. So fast. And Woxic, he has made it doable in terms of, again, it's Woxic and Rops. This is a deadly combo, Jason.
This should be an unbreakable crossfire, though. If this is played properly by ENCE, this should be unbeatable in the scenario. There's not enough manpower to stop this crossfire from being effective. Except for that flashbang is pretty much damn near perfect. Good shot from Woxic, but there it is. It's perfectly done. 7 to 8. I mean, I like to say ENCE recovered, but that 8-round stretch is going to make things tough. A disadvantage going into the second half. And Mousesports already up 1 map to nothing.
The really weird thing about that 8-round stretch is that it's almost like it's just weird because we didn't really see a lot of Counter-Strike because in those rounds, the advantages came to the T side so incredibly quickly that the decisions were pretty much an automatic, easy to understand. We just either go into the side or we can just play the numbers advantage. It was really basic. It wasn't like we saw Mousesports having to, they start seesawing, they start taking map control everywhere, they start trying to set traps up to blow up information plays from CTs. We didn't see like that advanced layer of Counter-Strike.
No, you didn't have to.
That's crazy that it came to that. What a beast. That is, Carrigan is 10 for 14, but he's effectively responsible for 8 of the rounds.
I know, it's the funniest thing to think about it. Is
yeah.
We're talking about him as the most impactful, and that scoreline is nothing impressive, but just the 1 entry frag here, the 2 there, the 1 in another round. He did a great job.
It's crazy, man. It's so insane. He's got 66 ADR. It's just really the numbers really don't tell the story in this case. But as you say, this is actually a respectable amount of rounds. I mean, everyone can just wash away the first half from our memories. And Mousesports are already leading by 1 here. So we'll see exactly what Mousesports are capable of in this one. If they can keep up this. We'll have to see if Carrigan has much defense in him. If you've been watching any Bentet demos,
I was going to say, we'll see if he's got it. He doesn't, not this round. And even Chris J pinned in towards window room. A 5-on-2. ENCE looking to swarm the A bomb site, and I don't think there's anything that can stop him. Woxic is fast, but God, you'd have to get, what, 5 kills with this 1 magazine. That's not a clean shot, and he goes down. Pistol round goes to ENCE, 8 to 8. ENCE has won both pistol rounds in this game now.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see, for me, exactly Mousesports' style, because I feel like, I mean, obviously it's a grand finals. They're going to be taking it incredibly serious, but I feel like there's a level of confidence that is, is going to encourage them to feel comfortable going aggressive as soon as they get some control of their economy. And I guess it also depends on how they know the matchup because, obviously it's not going to be their first time playing ENCE. So I love the term, styles make fights, and with every 2 teams, the matchup can be played very differently. It's an opportunity to kind of have a very specific style of play. So we'll see exactly what they think is optimal.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Some money in the bank.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing crazy, but he did pick him out of the sky.
Oh, wow, $900.
A very good sequence from Frozen.
That actually covers the fact that he now has to pay for the full $1,000 for his Kevlar helmet.
I would like to see them just not buy. I'm not going to lie to you, Mousesports. They had such a good T side. Why invest here? Why not just wait for the next round and get all the utility? But they are. Fair play. Can't blame them.
And the last time these guys played this, against each other earlier in the tournament on Inferno, it was a 16-11 victory for Mousesports. So that recent experience can definitely help both teams.
Well, it was Woxic in the previous series, right on this map, that won that 1 versus 2 clutch that got him started on the comeback against Tai Lu. And he's going to get him started here in the second round, but Rops not aware of how fast they're moving up. The scout, you're not going to stop anything. You're going to tag him. You need this shot immediately, and it doesn't come through. Couldn't get it out in time, and Carrigan, I don't care how good you're playing. That is not a range for the 5-7.
It is. No, it's definitely not, is it? Well, there could be some extra damage to be done here in terms of finding a kill guns, but we see that Chris J opts to remove any variance whatsoever in terms of that, any risk, I should say. Keep the Kevlar, keep the helmet into the next round where, of course, we're going to see the full buy. Actually, not the full buy. I've completely misread the money. We'll make mistakes.
We all make mistakes. It's okay.
I could have just pressed tab before I said
Listen,
that.
it's the economy system can be difficult at times. Yes, but you do have the benefit of tab. You're right.
Yeah, should have tabbed.
It's okay.
It's all okay. Well, Chris J. So CZ for him, saving that obviously, and Frozen with the MP9, and he's got smoke as well. So curious what we're going to see from these guys. I think did Frozen just drop a CZ to Rops, I think, or did he?
No,
yeah, I think he did actually.
Yeah, he might have.
So did Ross spend some money? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. We see a couple of CZ. It's only getting worse for me, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah.
Well, getting worse.
Why are you doing this
I
to
don't
yourself?
know.
Why are you bringing the attention on yourself like that? Just let it be. We'll move along swiftly. Chicken is slaughtered. Absolutely blown up by a Desert Eagle. I once went to a shooting range in Atlanta.
Okay.
And,
oh yes.
And the when we were doing an E-League season, we recorded those things shooting the sandwiches.
Yeah. Must have been a lot of fun.
That was fun. The clerk there told me, because we were, Anders and I were looking at the Desert Eagle, obviously, because of Counter-Strike. And he came over and he was just like, if you ever need to shoot something through an engine block, that's the perfect weapon. Great, man. I'll let you know. When I ever encounter a situation where I need to shoot something through an engine block, I'll come back here and I'll let you know.
I love how that means that guy has done that. So I don't
yeah, right.
I wonder what scenario that was exactly. Either way, this is a round which does have some danger lurking around every corner. ENCE will have to be very methodical here. This setup is going to be very interesting. In the cubby there in the arch position, they've been smoked off, so they might be, there's not really much that they can do. They know it, so they'll give it up. And Woxic is on the bomb side, but he's got a silenced USP. Not much firepower there. Karrigan will get a dink, but again, not too much else to be done.
He would have loved a P250, a 5.7, anything but a USP.
Yeah.
Anything but the USP. X7's going to make some bonus money over towards Boiler. That's an easy kill for him. Ooh, and that is a drive-by and a half.
Now this would be a good spot to make some money. There we go. Some bonus money with the SMG, which is really nice for Frozen going into the round where he's going to be full buying anyway. Take
bonus
away some money of your opponent.
Does not exceed the value of the armor that he lost, though.
But he did take away money from his opponent.
True.
Which is
okay.
good.
That's a good counter.
An AK and some Kevlar.
Nicely done. 10-8 in the favor of ENCE. He's barely clinging onto it, but Op is out in Woxic's hands, and he's been fast in this series.
He's actually on form right now, which is really awesome to see.
Which has got to, I mean, if you're ENCE, you got to be frustrated. Like, man, why has he got to be doing this against us?
That chicken, man, I thought that was like a
head.
That
chicken is really rolling the dice with his life.
Yeah. Either way, Woxic will not find any value at the beginning of the rounds, and they will fall into a 3-man lane setup effectively. Obviously, one player is in the pits responsible for the balcony, which is Rops. And
it's not fully in the pit, though. Remember, we saw a player playing close up underneath the balcony in a similar fashion. It's not exactly the same aerial, I believe, in the first half. He got completely blinded and countered.
Yep.
So Rops has got to manage it. Ooh, nice spam to the smoke. That's brutal. Sergey's going to be pissed.
Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun down to 27. Here comes the flashes for the top mid. Take the wrap arch, actually. And there's a smoke here, so they're going for the B split. We don't see many of these. And Karrigan's walked through the smoke. How dare you walk through the smoke, Karrigan? Make him plays for days again. He will slow them down. The 1-for-1 is worth it.
Yeah, but how do you, if you're Chris J, you have to come help your teammate, but Ariel's going to get ever closer. Rops goes down at the A bomb site, but it doesn't matter. This is the main point of attack. Another smoke in the choke point, and they're playing with their lives here. Chris J, I don't know how he's made the run. Ariel's going to have such a brutal flank. They still don't know he's coming in this direction, but how do you stop him? No one's aware of the possibility. He's got information of where they both are. There goes Frozen. Chris J surely next. Out of the smoke. He gets one. He gets two. He's held on. 20 seconds of the clock. And Woxic in a 1 versus 2. He's got to traverse across the whole map.
It's actually insane that this is a doable round for Woxic. A 1 versus 2, as you say. It's a moment's pause, a breath for both teams here as Woxic makes his way slowly but surely across. And I wonder if he would have had the stepping on top banana there from Alu. He scoped in. It seems as though he may have misread the stepping on top banana and thinks it came from mid. I'm not sure. He is scoping around because he must have misread that because he knows that the other player planted on B and he heard the stepping, so that's why he brought the scope out. So either way, it will be a save, it seems, from Woxic. He realizes he's wasted too much time and it will not be on after all. Would have been pretty ambitious.
Would have
As
been
he has no
very,
kit.
very ambitious, yeah.
Must have been the kits on the floor, though, somewhere.
I don't know how they lost track of that flank coming in. Like,
Yeah,
Kerrigan
yeah.
saw both of them, right? Like, I'm surprised Chris J, like, it's a weird decision to make, right? You have to get back to the B bomb site because you want to assist your teammate actually holding onto the site. But you give that flank so much space and you see what happens. Once they let Ariel get all the way in towards construction, like, you can't hold that back.
Yeah,
you can't really take that fight from those two different angles.
Yeah, it's one of those spots. It's very reminiscent, isn't it, when you have that classic situation on the B bomb site of Dust 2, where you know B split's coming in. You're two players on the site, and you got to pick. You don't know how many players are coming out mid. You don't know how many players are in tunnels, but you want to push one of those two locations to take control of something because you're losing. If you get sandwiched, you've lost the initiative. You're losing the site. And
again, I mean, this is a very hindsight evaluation of Chris J's decision making, but I would have liked to have seen him just like, I guess, get aggressive towards spawn when Kerrigan was going to fight. I'd rather would have seen them communicate and try and pinch that a little bit so Chris J could just like find that kill, clear it out, and then you just kind of cross your fingers that they haven't fully attacked the B bomb site by the time you're rotating back. But again, it's like, you know, I have the luxury of the minimap and the time to make that decision. Yeah,
it's one of those spots where in his shoes he probably feels like this is a pretty big risk. I feel like I could probably, if I wait a little bit more, there's maybe another play I can make, but then that play never comes. And you can get into a bad spot. But Woxic, he's really so quick and he's very dangerous. He hits those all the time, so they're quite fortunate. And there's the flashbang for the re-peek.
Yes.
And I love it. I love the aggression. And he has to get early kills. If they're going to have a chance to win the round, you got to get an early kill. And he's got to be the one to take that initiative.
He's rotating away towards the B bomb site, though.
Yeah, he showed his presence with the AWP. Maybe he's hoping that they'll go to the other side
they'll
now.
rotate back. Well, Chris J, they're going to clear this corner, but he's at least got Rops to bait for him. So maybe a one dig, maybe one quick headshot at this narrow angle might help out. There's the shot. It was missed, and that's a kill for Chris J. Can't convert the second. Rops going to get close up. He finds one, not the next.
That was damn close. That might actually convince Mousesports to give this a go. If they can get a quick kill, if let's say Sergey goes down here somehow, they might actually commit to this. But Kerrigan's found a timing through the smoke. He's actually going to be able to make his way through. He's been spotted, but he's close range to the 5-7. He might find a headshot onto the player's site, but it's not to be. But Woxic certainly will take a kill. It's Sergey down. Now, just Frozen try to grab the AWP, and do they go for the save? They don't have a kit.
Yeah, but he can pick up one of these guns that Rops got out of their hands. I don't know if they're going to be aware of the possibility. You have eyes on lane, Alu up on the box, but they're both looking towards small pit. And yeah, they have a kit now on Frozen as well. There's time for this, but they need to start going right now. Great kill from Woxic. They have no idea where Alu is. A chance still. The footsteps are made. Surely they know he's in the site, and Woxic's got it. Frozen's going to get on the bomb, and Mousesports, they've stolen one away. Woxic even has the time to run towards mid and re-pick up his AWP.
Oh,
and
wow.
That one hurts ENCE.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's going to burn on the way down. That is a very difficult, especially at the pivotal moments of the match. We're getting to the later phases. You can see, obviously, this is the comeback now. This is the comeback that can be started. It's a very, very pivotal round. Now they can take over momentum. The economy is getting absolutely drained here for ENCE, spending almost everything to get this buy-in. I mean, X7 has 4K left. Sergey shy of 3K, but otherwise there's not too much money in the hole. So Mousesports have put themselves in a very, very good position. Lots of money left for them as well. We'll see Mousesports be more passive on Banana early on here with their 4-buy. Even though they have the utility, they have everything they could want, they've decided to take this passively.
Well, they're probably like, man, if Kerrigan can do that with the Krieg, imagine what Sonny can do. Imagine what Sergey can do. Don't even mess with it. Maybe wanting an advantage, but a boost up in the back of the site. And Kerrigan just waiting. Quiet on the map. Alu pop flashes over, and here we go. Attack is underway. Kerrigan not bothered whatsoever. First kill. Oh, it drives by him. He's going to get the second. Around the edge of the smoke. Sergey finally trades, but Frozen is still here, picked off by the op.
They've done just enough damage to make this field quite doable here on the retake. The bomb just planted fresh. Everyone rotating through CT. Woxic with such a quick kill to X7. That is so critical. My God, how is this guy so good? He is so fired up. I can't believe it. From series to series to series, Woxic just gets better and better.
This is the potential that we always talk about with the team like Mousesports is Woxic, when he's on point, you can just see how good of an opper he can actually be. He influences and dictates so many rounds.
I feel like he's the kind of player as well that if we see the first couple tournament wins come out of him, that's when we're going to start seeing this form all the time. He'll have that reference point, and he won't maybe be as nervous and feel like, I need this performance. He won't have that pressure on himself as much.
Well, Mousesports have done a good job coming back into this. It's 2 rounds in a row, but that's 2 plants. I mean, altogether, there's been 5 plants in the 6 rounds that this half has been played. So ENCE having a massive amount of success of getting into bomb sites. Sergey's actually trapped himself with his own Molotov. No danger to come from it.
The Abs take coming into play, and because Mousesports have given up the banana area, although retake is always possible, if you know the retake nades, it is going to be fairly predictable that a top mid take's coming. Mousesports playing very passive, Woxic holding the apartments now. You never know where he's going to be with that AWP, and it's going to be X7 on the end of it this time. And it's not the start that ENCE wanted in this one. They've taken top mid. They must commit at this point. They've got no control towards banana, and they're just going to go in.
Sonny on Rap is a huge point of danger, even coming through the smoke, even if he's forced to. It's being watched by Chris J for the moment. Woxic with an up towards lane. What is Rop's peak just now? A quick double tap, and he adds another kill onto it. The spray into a headshot on Alu, and ENCE have no standing in the round. All tied up at this point.
I want to know like what Rop's like percentage accuracy is from the bullets. Like when he because he only like basically bursts, it always looks like he's perfectly accurate on all of his bullets connect, it feels like always. It's so insane. And that's the tying round here, 11-11, as ENCE's momentum has been completely taken away. The wind is truly out of their sails, and Mousesports have now taken away their money as well. So it's starting, the game is starting to turn here, and ENCE can't afford for it to be the case. They need to force a third map.
Yeah, they really do. Which this is just straight up astounding that Mousesports is able to keep this level of play in, considering how long that series just previously lasted. Maybe it's a good thing, but you have to think if ENCE forces that third map. I mean, I feel like at some point this Mousesports momentum has got to collapse. But so far, not an Inferno.
Dude, Woxic is just he's just lifting the team up in these
Frozen as well.
Clutches.
Those are the 2 guys who had the good first map as well. I mean, think about this. ENCE went 5-0 in the first half, and then Mousesports came back with an 8-0 run. ENCE starts this half 4-0. It's now 3 in a row for Mousesports. They are responding so well. Frozen waiting for the flash, and he's just going to hold the trigger. Double kill, and there's still 2 defenders here to mow them all down. Mousesports takes a commanding lead.
Absolutely, competing for the frags there. That is devastating. And you're completely right. You know, Frozen is it's really interesting as well because it could perhaps slightly be in the case that Frozen is also more comfortable playing against ENCE, a known quantity, versus the unknown quantity of Tyloo. The crazy angles that Tyloo hold, the crazy pushes and timings that Tyloo have that are unfamiliar, is maybe actually threw him off slightly, and that's where Rops kept them alive, that experience. And now Frozen's back in the action. Now, speaking of Robs, he's going to go for a mid setup, looking to catch these players coming out second mid, but they'll dodge through the T-apps, and Robs just knows the timings, but still, he will get taken out by X7, and Sergey gets a pick on Banana as well. This is looking good for ENCE.
Finally a little bit of life shown from the Finnish side. Frozen going to back away. Good kill from Chris J. He's got to fall back as well. They've at least done a little bit. That spam almost connects, just barely off. What a test now for Frozen. He's been playing so well. First kill is his. The second one gets doubled up. Alu cannot trade fast enough. And there's no one from ENCE left in Banana to take that fight.
That is so awesome to see from Frozen because you need the information early and you need a big play.
Here's the problem. He doesn't have any more utility. Woxic's got plenty. He's got a Molotov and 2 flashes, not to mention the AWP. Chris J has a smoke for Banana, but they can't get over here.
And he's looking to catch them walking in as well, it seems like. I think with that forward position, he was banking on them playing contact and then catching them on the off angle. But here's Chris J for the rotation, so Frozen doesn't have to take that risk anymore. They can play for time, they can play off of each other, and they can leave Woxic to hold down in a rotation position on top mid. So they're in a perfect setup right now.
What a bro Chris J is, running all the way across the map for that smoke. He's got 2 flashes as well if they attack. He can delay 25 seconds on the clock.
Great flashbang to protect Frozen once again. And Frozen's being bounced around by all these Molotovs. He's taken a lot of damage because of the Molotovs. The next 7 will finish him off. And the smoke coffins. This is brilliant from ENCE. They've really given themselves a chance. And in the nick of time, they get the plant. But Chris J through the smoke, through the coffins. And it's up to Woxic on the rotation with Chris J. And he's never missing. That's pretty anticlimactic. It felt like there was a 2v2 in that, but apparently not.
Man, Chris J, that's a beautiful play for him to get over there in time with those 2 flashes. And poor Frozen, late in the round, Molotov'd at a triple, and then Molotov'd at a dart. Yeah. He had to be so mad that they had 2 Molotovs left. Probably picks him up on the bodies. Yeah, that was one of them on Sergey. That might have been the other one on Alu that they both picked up on the rotation over.
But it was such a great. I really loved the play on top of the sandbags from Frozen. You're never going to expect the CT to play there. It doesn't make sense that he's playing in such a risky position, and that's why it makes sense. And he's so confident. He's having a great game. Make the big play. And it's such a pivotal moment to make a big play. And speaking of which, Robs is going out there again. He wasn't satisfied last round where he got annihilated. He wants another go.
I like it. Why shy away from it? Oh, push down banana. That's awkward, though. They almost line up. Spray comes through. They're getting all the kills. They don't even see a single thing. All 5 frags for Mousesports. And oh my God, that has got to feel so shitty if you're ENCE.
Yeah, look at the smile on Chris J, man. He is loving it.
Could you believe it? At one point, looked like Mousesports was going to get knocked out by Tai Lu in the semifinal. They were down 8-15 on Inferno, and here we are, a 14-11 lead, a 1 map lead in the grand finals.
It's a great story, you know. Pressure makes diamonds, as they say, and right now we're seeing a pretty beautiful performance from Mousesports. Carrigan getting out there. So many targets lining up. Carrigan with a triple, and that is absolutely brutal. A bloodbath on Banana, and Chris J with the follow-up from behind. Woxix there for support. There is no way out.
Kerrigan's just doing it from both sides. He's a wall on defense in Banana. He was attacking it in the first half, getting everything. And this is Mousesports marching to a well-deserved championship, 15-11. They showed the fortitude to come back against Tai Lu. We just mentioned it. And now it's ENCE's turn to show us that they can come back in this grand final. They've got the same task.
You're completely right, Jason. It's that same moment. It's like Mousesports, so they already know they've won. It's like already a victory lap. I don't know what the hell just happened there. It's 3 of them just like trying to get the nade out there. Stumbling over one another. Woxix with a peak, the confidence running high. Mousesports, there may be complacency to capitalize upon right now because you can tell that they're in high spirits. You can tell that they can feel the victory. This is the moment for ENCE to really focus and bring back around to shake Mousesports back to reality.
There's no utility for ENCE. They don't have a lot at all. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs to work with. How are you going to get into a bomb site with that? You need a pick. Everywhere you go, it's covered. Woxix, he's fast enough to flick over to Boiler if that's the peak that comes in. Molotov comes out towards middle. Woxix still ready and waiting. He's got the first, misses the second, but Frozen is there and so is Chris J. ENCE is being demolished. And it should be all over. It's X7 in a 1 versus 4.
Oh my God. A 1v4 and they're going to push. Oh my God, he's got a free pop to the A side. He has time and he knows it. There's only 1 play to make and it's to plant the bomb right now. And he will have time for a post plant. Jason, this could be a clutch in the making right now from X7. He's picked up the AWP, but Carrigan, he's got the off angle. He's nailed it, and that's it. Mousesports, they came back against Tai Lu, and they've won against ENCE. I cannot believe that they've done this. What a beautiful run from Mousesports.